thanks for tuning in. I don't remind people enough, but please subscribe to my channel. Soon we're going to get on to some roasting on this beast here, and probably have a few little lessons on that. But today we're looking at my friend here, which is a Nuova Simonelli Mythos grinder. I'm a big fan of these grinders, but today we're doing a repair on it, and we're just going to have a look around it and just talk about a few things. If you're thinking about buying one, if it's a good machine to buy, or what are the issues with this machine, and what are the good things about it. All right, so stay tuned and we're going to have a little run through. All right, if you've watched me do a review on the little Oscar, the Oscar 2, you know that I've got a love-hate relationship with Nuova Simonelli. This machine here is probably my favorite grinder at the moment. Without spending, I would say without spending more than 2,000, this machine has all the features that a lot of the more expensive machines have. The flat blades on this are quite big, and I found you can get years of use without changing the blades on them. On here you've got 3 selections on drinks. You can obviously set it at different times, and in barista mode you can go up and down on the seconds, or hundreds of a second, so you can just dial up and down. The good thing with that is you can lock that in. So if you have staff and you don't want them to play with it at all, you can lock it away on a different mode, and they can't actually access the time. They just have to work with what's preset in these buttons. Under here, this is another thing I found. If you've got staff, it's great to have the adjustment tucked away a bit. Some people like to fiddle with these a lot. Depending on how well your staff is trained, it's good. It might be good to not have that exposed. So the good thing with this grinder is it's a bit unusual to other grinders. If you look up on top and look inside the grinder, the blades are actually sitting on an angle. They're sitting here, parallel to that metal. So what that means is gravity is naturally going to spit the beans out underneath here because it wants to come out. So that's a really good setup. So you're not trying to force. Most coffee grinders have the blades sitting horizontal, and then you have to try to push that coffee out. This has a different setup, and it will naturally just fall out. While we're talking about falling out, down here, this is probably the only thing I don't like about this grinder, is in here is a little piece of plastic, and it wears out. That plastic is what stops the grind spitting everywhere. It's like an anti-static, but you can be guaranteed that within a year you need to replace that. Yeah, so that's a bit of a pain. This button here, it's getting stuck at the moment, so I don't know what's to go with that. And that's the repair we have to do today. This is the first time I've ever seen that button get stuck. We've probably got about 6 of these machines out working in different cafes, and I've had very, very little problems with these. Another good feature with this grinder is you can set it up to doze when you press the handle in, or you can set it up to doze every time you press. I recommend that you have it set up so it dozes when you press in and delivers coffee. If you want to tamp in between, you can quickly pull it out, tamp, and put it back in, and it will deliver the rest of the doze. If you set it up for these buttons, chances are these will wear out. I had that happen on one of the machines we got out there because people are pressing hard on it all day. Every time, so you put the handle, you press. So yeah, that's some of the features. Another little thing that I don't like about this grinder is when you want to empty the hopper, this plate here slides across, right? And that closes it and you can lift it out. Now when you put it back, it's quite fiddly to get it to slide under that metal piece that's sitting here to lock it in. So when you're pushing it across, it doesn't really want to go. So you have to muck around with it and really, and that's to open it again. So that's just, I mean, that's something so minor, but it's quite annoying. Yeah, so the main issue I've had with these grinders is that little plastic. I don't know to funnel it in or do it in another way instead of a laminate sheet, which is all it really is. Other than that, this grinder is fantastic. We've got about 5 of them out there, and look at this. This machine hasn't been near the ocean, and it's less than 2 years old. I mean, that's poor. That's really poor. Yeah. Anyway, that's just a quick view of the Nuova Simonelli Mythos. Would I buy any more? Sure would. Fantastic grinder for under $2,000 here in Australia. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.